What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another showdown breakdown for tonight's Thursday night football battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers, courtesy of Awesemo.com. You've been getting a lot of views on these videos so far, so I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope the information's been helpful because I've been nailing these takes over the last few videos. But either way, I could use your support right now, so please like this video. And if you want, also comment the guy or defense or kicker you think is going to break the slate on tonight's Thursday night football game. So make sure to like that video and comment your slate breaker down below. But as always, we've got no time to waste here in these showdown breakdown videos, so let's get going with the quarterbacks in this game. And Carson Wentz at Green Bay is getting 21 implied points for his Philadelphia Eagles. Wentz attempts 39 passes per game, which include 5.3 of 20 plus yards, and he should have a floor worth rostering, even though this does not seem like a smash spot for him against the Green Bay defense who's been much improved so far in 2019. The return of Alshon Jeffrey should help, but Green Bay's secondary gets a high 84 grade from PFF while generating a 10% sack rate with a 20% pass deflection rate. And obviously Aaron Rodgers versus Philly is also in consideration with a 25 implied points for Green Bay. Rodgers' pass volume is down to 31 attempts per game from 37.3 in 2018, but it does seem like a solid bounce back spot against a mediocre Philly secondary despite Rodgers' low 197 yards per game so far this year. It could be an efficient week for Rodgers against Philly's 60 graded coverage, with Philly offering a 22% DVOA boost to wide receiver 1s and a 34% boost to wide receiver 2s. And now onto the key running backs in this game, and Miles Sanders at Green Bay is going to be the top option for Philly. Sanders has been mostly mediocre in his rookie year thus far, but he sees the most volume with 11 rushes and 3.3 targets per game, with more red zone rushes than Jordan Howard and more targets but less routes run than Darren Sproles. Green Bay has been worse versus the rush with 4.9 yards per rush and a 44 tackling grade from PFF, so the running backs may have a shot, but the three-headed monster makes anyone, including Sanders, hard to trust at large volume. And Aaron Jones versus Philly seems like a safer play on the other side. Jones averages 15.3 rushes and 2.7 targets as well as 2 red zone rushes per game, but Jamal Williams remains involved with 11 touches per game and a closer snap share than it may seem. Both Jones and Williams could be playable given their relative volume against the Philadelphia run defense has been closer to mediocre with a 66 grade from PFF, despite a strong on paper 2.9 yards per rush thus far. Now let's talk about the key receivers in today's showdown slate, and the Philly receivers at Green Bay are the first to hit on. Alshon Jeffrey's return is valuable on paper, but his price point is hard to trust coming off an injury against a tough Green Bay pass defense, while Nelson Agholor has seen solid volume with 9 targets and 41 routes per game at a cheaper price and less projected ownership. Meanwhile, Zach Ertz seems like a high floor play with his 10 targets and 40.3 routes per game, though Jeffrey's return should cut into his opportunity a bit. And then we have the Green Bay receivers versus Philly on the other side. Devontae Adams' targets and routes per game are down significantly from 2018 with 7 touches per game and 32.3 routes per game, as well as just 0.7 red zone targets per game, but he is still the #1 wide receiver against an iffy Philly defense. Marquez Valdes-Scantling has shockingly been tied with Adams with a 23% target share and the same amount of deep targets with 1.3 per game. So with 29.3 routes per game, he's more appealing than Geronimo Allison and his inflated TD rate, or Jimmy Graham with only 19 routes per game. And now to the guys you've been waiting to hear about, the defenses and the kickers, and I'd say the Green Bay defense is more appealing versus Philly. The stellar pass rush and coverage for Green Bay makes the defense interesting as a contrarian play, but it seems likely that Philly puts up enough points to make them less valuable in game scripts where they don't score a defensive TD. And overall, I'm much less into the Philly defense versus Green Bay. Rodgers has been sacked a decent amount with a 7% sack rate, but Philly's been poor at generating a rush with just a 1.7% sack rate of their own. It seems unlikely they have much upside. And then of course we have those high-paid prima donnas, the kickers, to discuss. Philly's offense seems more likely to stall out in the red zone with Green Bay's solid defense that allows just 3.2 points per red zone trip, so I'd favor Jake Elliott, but Mason Crosby isn't a bad option either in the hopes that Philly's defense positively regresses and limits Green Bay's scoring. So there you have it. That's what I'm seeing so far for tonight's Thursday night football battle between the Eagles and the Packers. So right now, please like this video and also comment down below who you think is a slate breaker for tonight's big game on Thursday night. And of course, the ownership is key in a showdown slate in particular, so make sure to use this promo code SWITCHANDHEDGE for half off your first month of Awesemo Plus. You can also go to awesemo.com/join and find packages as low as $3.95 a week. It's less than a combo meal at your national fast food chain of choice. So go right now to awesemo.com/join and find a package that works for you. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. I've got content coming out 7 days a week for football season, so make sure to keep your eyes peeled for all of that, and you'll know first by following me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. We'll have a showdown live before lock show coming up later today, so subscribe to that notification bell to know when they go live, and I'll be back with you guys again soon. So thanks for watching and good luck.